Hello everyone and welcome back to Southern Wealth. I hope you guys are doing very well. First of all, tomorrow I won't be able to post, so that's why I'm posting Monday and Tuesday in a row. So then my next video should come on Thursday. Now let's go quick to the updates. Stock market remains same old story, so there's very little updates on that. I mean, I see these people predicting crashes and crashes. I mean, look, they don't learn. Can we have 20% drawdowns? Can we have 10% drawdowns? Sure. Are we going to have 90% crashes like Harry Dent mentions? No. And the reason is because liquidity in the markets prevent it from happening. So the only thing that the Fed needs to do is open the tap, and all of a sudden those scenarios are off. Now there's a 70% chance that the Fed will cut rates in September. I actually expected it to come sometime in June, July. That seems to be pushed out to September. I think most likely that will happen. And it's a matter of, I mentioned this 100 times before, it's a matter of mathematical issues. It's not a political issue. It's not about Republicans or Democrats. It's something that needs to happen. Now, there was one question that somebody asked me in an old video of mine, which was, how did I know that you're going to have a sell-off after the halving that would, kick us into these levels of Bitcoin going close to 53,000, 52,000? How did I know that? See, I don't know what's going to be the reason behind it. I didn't predict Mt. Gox to come in July. I didn't predict the German government selling. I didn't predict the DOJ selling. I didn't predict any of that. What I know is that that thing is very probable of happening. Now, what causes it to happen, that's a different story. That's anybody's guess. You see, the point is, you look at the previous cycles, you understand that crypto is linked by liquidity cycles, as Roll Paul says it, and it's very clear, as any other asset that is the more clearly related to liquidity cycles is crypto. The reason is because it's a small, less controlled market than the others. And it becomes very apparent that every 4 years, the cycles follow similar patterns. Now, you can have different things on each cycle, definitely. Something like Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs before the halving. That has never happened, that is true. But the trend of the charts is the same. So what you do after that is, okay, usually Bitcoin drops 34% after each halving from the local top. So the local top was around 74,000. You take 38% down, you go close to 46 or 47,000, give or take 1,000 or a couple of thousand. And then you say, okay, let's say we go a bit, let's say we go down less this time, just because in the bear market, instead of going down 85%, we also only went down 77%. So let's say we go down less than that. Now, let's say we have a week, which means a desperation, a little beep like this, where people just get kicked out of positions, they just give up, they go away. Fear hits all-time highs, calls for the bull market over are happening. So what's happening right now is you're seeing the bottom signals of the local bottom, not the low of the cycle. The low was 15,000 back in October 2022. That one is closed. Now what you're going to have is the local low, the final low before the real bull market comes. And what's happening right now is you're starting to see signals, bottom signals, starting to see things like media, mainstream media and crypto media looking and saying that the bull market is over. You have leverage longs getting absolutely annihilated. You're having a lot of leverage shorts being placed at the moment between 60 and 65,000. You see Peter Schiff doing technical analysis. You see Jim Cramer increasingly bearish. You see the German government, they don't exactly know how much to sell and when. So it's a bit all over the place. Now, what I want to say is this. The Mt. Gox coins will be distributed over the next 60 days. And let's say 30% gets sold immediately. So let's say everybody gets their Bitcoin on the same day, which is not going to happen, but let's say it happens. And let's say 30% of those Bitcoins hit the market on day one. There is a 10% drop. That's what it is. A 10% drop would put us at around 50K, where we are now. But let's say, they have 140,000 Bitcoin, which is about, you need to do the math, so times 50, they have about, 8 billion, 7 billion, something like that, dollars to sell. For you to have an idea, Grayscale sold something like 12 or 13 billion dollars in Bitcoin over a span of 3 months. So those, let's say, I would say half of it being sold seems accurate, particularly because you need to understand that the average price of those Bitcoins is $800, which means people are on site are up 70-fold. So you need to understand that this selling pressure is coming for Bitcoin, not for the rest. They don't have Ethereum, they don't have BNB, they don't have Pulse Chain, they don't have any of that. However, don't believe when people say, oh, yeah, Bitcoin can go to 40,000 or 40, sorry, I think at the worst of it, Bitcoin will go down to 45,000. That's, to me, I think the worst case scenario. I think we're probably going to stop somewhere between 52,000, because I don't think the selling will all happen at the same time. But the thing is, you need really, we already had a very strong, big, fat candle, which was about 7 or 8% within a time span of 2 days. So basically almost what I was talking about was almost all factored in. But let's say we have another leg down, the final one. As I've mentioned, the halving sell-off tends to last up to 3 months, which would put us in 19th of July, which is next week. However, it can go up, plus minus 2 weeks, right? This is not like 19th July, done, boom, and that's it. No, this has a plus minus 1 or 2 weeks. Now, what I'm looking for is bottom signals. I'm looking for projects that got sold down very aggressively, like Bird-Dog on Ethereum. Now, both Bird-Dogs, you have one which is the oldest one, and you have the other one, which is the 0x70 address. I don't know which one of them will succeed. I already made a lot of money on the 0x70 address, and I bought $1,000 of it. I just mentioned to everybody, somewhere between close to 900K market cap, and it's now at 1.1 million or something. And I'm considering also to buy a bit of the other Bird-Dog, just in case that one ends up being the successful one. I don't know which one's going to be the successful one. I tend to move towards the narrative of 0x70 follows the address of Andy, Brett, Pepe, Zio, and the like. However, I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong. Maybe the other one survives. So what I'm thinking about doing is, if the other one drops below $2 million market cap, I will drop $1,000 into that one, and then I have both, and I wait. If one of them goes up 10x, great. If the other one goes up 10x, great. I really don't care, and I get both coins in order to do well. Now, I think we still have a bit of more volatility coming, and there's a potential for a bigger sell-off coming. Can it be that BlackRock and the other ETFs, as Mt. Gox is selling and as the German government is selling, will they start scooping more Bitcoin at low 50s or average 50K levels? Are they happy with a 52, 53K level, and they were more than happy to buy whatever amount they want to sell? I don't know. That's a variable to consider. It can happen. What I'm saying is, and I've been saying this all along, 47 to 52K seems to be about the range that Bitcoin should go, and we can have a week, a little boom, between 45,000. Okay, so that's what I think probably it's going to land. It's going to be somewhere between high 40s, low 50s, around that. You can have a couple of hours where it goes up more or down more, fine. Maybe it was 53,000 very recently, also possible. I mean, those things don't need to be to the exact dollar figure. Huh? I mean, give you a range. To me, it's more important the bottom signals. The mainstream medium calling crypto market over, bull market over, Peter Schiff doing the dance of victory. I don't know what kind of victory he's celebrating, taking into account that gold still needs to go up another $400 just to make a new all-time high in real terms, adjusted for inflation, since 2011. So I don't really see the big ha 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 ha, but he doesn't care as long as he gets paid on his management fees. That's all he cares about, and his ad revenue and all of the likes. So, what to look for? More bottom signals. I am still waiting for something to the nature of somebody calling crypto scam again, somebody calling that BlackRock and Fidelity were duped into getting into the ETFs and now they're going to get annihilated. Something to this nature of conversation. I haven't seen much. I've seen many channels now calling for the end of the bull market. That's great. That's very bullish. However, I would be hoping to see something more aggressive than that coming to be a clear bottom signal. I think probably, if you see a big red candle of minus 10%, probably that's going to be it. So I'm looking for those kind of things. However, I have in mind that something should happen between now, 19 July, and even end of July. Something around that mark should happen to see where we're going to end up in terms of the sell-off. Is it something weird? No. We dropped 26% from the local high. Typically, we drop 38%. So we dropped 26. What's the big deal? I really don't get it. 2013, 2016, 2020, we had sell-offs of 38, 39, 38, and now we have a sell-off of 26, and everybody loses their mind. I'll put you this in perspective. We crashed into February levels. February 2024, by the way. We crashed into February 2024 levels, which is 5 months ago, and everybody is losing their knickers. Sometimes the crypto world still amazes me how ADHD it is, how short-term 30-second clips get stuck in people's minds. We are back to 5 months ago price. That's it. With that, guys, thank you very much for your support. I hope that this shines some light of where we are and what to expect. And thank you very much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next one.